Hey, this is Ben with the French Drain guys. We are out here doing a PVC downspout line here in Orlando, Florida. We don't do these a lot. We much prefer to run corrugated for two main reasons. As an installer, it's a lot easier product to install. It's strong, it's great. This product is a, if you see the green line behind me, it's a Schedule 35. So most people think PVC, when they pay for PVC for an installation company getting it, usually they're getting thin wall, which is very cheap. It's basically about as strong as the corrugated pipe that we install. What we're putting in today is a sewer drain line. The customer is paying a premium for this installation because every single piece needs to be fitted. That means fittings, and every single piece is a Schedule 35 thickness. So what that means is, basically it's meant for the same line that you run the sewer in. It's a lot thicker than that thin wall drainage pipe that most people install when they're doing drainage. You follow along with me. I'm going to show you, the ins and outs of what goes on in a drainage installation. So we dug this whole trench. We're down pretty deep here in relation to where we started. And Hector back there ran into like 4 to 5, maybe even 6 lateral lines that we're going to have to go underneath. So what that means is the whole trench is going to have to be dug even deeper down so we can get those lines with the pitch. So I'll show you what I mean. So we ran a string line, we ran a spray line, and the second we started digging, our string spray line was right on top of 4 irrigation pipes. So we make plans, and oftentimes those plans don't go as planned. So I'm kind of showing you what that looks like and how we get around those things. Follow me. So as you can see, these are the downspout lines that are going to come off and basically connect to our trench here. But as you can see behind me, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and even 7 with that black flexible hose lines that we're going to have to run this underneath. So the whole trench is going to have to be done again, even deeper than we were expecting. So the trench was dug. Now we're about to go back and basically regrade again from this point forward. So that way we get that pitch that we're looking for. So follow along and we'll keep you in the loop. So we just got that back end of the pipe in. And here's some major keys for folks doing drainage, anyone working with someone doing drainage. These are 45s. They just restrict the flow a lot less than a 90 does. So we like to run 45s. So you can see 4 45s to get that nice even curved swoop so we can get our straight line going, effectively. This will be the 3rd time we have to dig this trench down because I dug it down, but this sprinkler right here was so much lower than all the others. So we had to dig this down deeper to get it in. So I'm going to have to go back through again for the 3rd time and repitch this trench. And as you can see, as we get to the front yard, it just goes straight uphill. So we're going to be crazy deep at the end of this run. We're going to be tying this in with a Y, and the front one as well with another Y. So I might have to go get some more 45s as we are crushing through the 45s. So I got Hector up here in the front, prepping the front trench for the first little bit. How you doing, Hector? Hector is from Puerto Rico. We got a lot of folks from Puerto Rico here in Orlando, so Jaden is clearly not from Puerto Rico. As you can see behind me, we are getting deep. So after repitching this trench several times to make sure that we get this PVC line deep enough, we went ahead and made like a last minute change to the kind of the schematics. So we have another downspout up here in the front that we're tying into the system. But what I don't want to do is have this kind of interrupt the flow of these downspouts from the backyard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna backfill this and kind of start a new pipe running forward for this downspout up here that's gonna basically pitch forward to the street in a pipe more high up than the pipe we have running below us now. And the pipe that we have running below us now, as you can see, the top of the pipe, this says 4 inches deeper, is at my knee. And so, you know, basically we're down probably 20 inches or so in the ground with the back to the front. And the reason that that was, as I showed you in the previous video, we had to go underneath at the start of our system. We had to go like 12 inches lower than all of the irrigation mains control box. So that's kind of made us have to just keep going lower, 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 lower till we get up here. So we're still gonna run this pipe kind of lower, 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 but instead of having this new introduction of water that's gonna kind of disrupt the flow, especially because it's gonna be falling so deep into here and it's coming from the second floor. If you look up, like it's gonna be coming fast. So we don't want it to disrupt the flow of the water going out to the street. So we're gonna raise the dirt level, kind of backfill over the top of this pipe, and we're gonna run a new pipe just for this downspout out to the front. And these are last minute decisions we don't necessarily charge the customer for. We do this because it's a little bit of extra material, but for us it just means that, you know, the system's gonna work a little bit better. It's not gonna have to be something that, you know, we get a call back for water blasting out of this, because all the water that's in here means that, you know, this can't get into the system fast enough. So instead of running a bigger pipe and digging a bigger trench even deeper, we're gonna run a secondary 4-inch pipe just for this. And that's how we're gonna resolve that issue. If you have an issue with drainage, call us here at the French Drain Guys. We'd be more than happy to come out and take a look at what you got going on. As you can see, we're in beautiful Orlando today on one of these beautiful lakes they have downtown. We're about like 4 houses back from the lake. And this is a new build construction home, you know, so this is a great project. You know, we do PVC. We don't do it often. We much prefer corrugated pricing. Our customers usually much prefer corrugated pricing. You know, this is a premium job to install this Schedule 35. We charge almost double what we charge for French standard, you know, corrugated pipes. So I'm wearing the dishwashing gloves. That's because it's 100 degrees outside and the shovel gets heavy after 8 hours of shoveling. So we got here to the front. You can see just how deep down we are. These are either gas or water main lines. Neither of them were marked. We did call the utility company to mark. Neither of them were marked. So we came across both these main lines. They are cast iron or black steel, black iron, whatever. We went under both of them. So what we're doing now is we're gonna come to a yard well on our back system, and then we're gonna run that secondary line at a stepped up basis. We're basically gonna 45 degree at the very end, and I'm gonna tuck this basin out of the way on this side of the sidewalk like this, like so, like this. You can see we got a sprinkler right here. I'll cut this down to flush with the concrete, and then I'm gonna put a cap on the top of it, which will be back there. And I will put fabric down and basically fill this whole chamber that you see here with rock. So that way all that water can come out. And how does it come out, you ask? I know you didn't ask, but we drill lots of holes in our basin. So that way the water can come out, not just the top, but also the bottom. So that'll sit inside the fabric with all the rocks. So that way that water can come out at the end and kind of, you know, disperse into the rock, and then it will start to bubble up and run across the street into the road and then go to that wonderful lake down the street. So keep following along and we'll keep following you along. Guys, we're back again. Just wanted to give you an update. We backfilled the trench for the lower pipe. We put a 45 that exits here on this side of the sidewalk because we didn't want to tunnel the sidewalk 3 feet deep. And then we have this pipe coming from the front downspout, which is going to go under the sidewalk. It comes into our bed of rock, as you can see here. That bottom pipe goes to a 45 that goes to this yard well. You can see how deep that thing is down there, coming in, and that's where that's gonna exit. This is gonna come through under the sidewalk, through our fabric basin, and it's basically going to punch through under the sidewalk. We're going to put another one of those yard wells right here at the street, and that's where that pipe is going to discharge coming from that front downspout. We're about to backfill this, basically fill it all back up with dirt to grade, put the grass back on top, make this look like we were never here, and then pack up and go home for the day, because we've been here all day, and Hector and I have been here alone. So you already know how we do it. If it's 100 degrees outside, who you gonna call? Not the Ghostbusters, you're gonna call French drain guys. Okay, so we got this side done. This was insane. Dug a whole trench here, and then the customer forgot to advise us that this was gonna be all driveway. So then we had to move that trench over there. And then this one, we ran into a tree, backfilled. We're gonna come to here per the customer. This is how far we are on this side. I think we're gonna get this side done today. But I imagine that's not gonna get done today.